Now that we have already created our word art, we are going to learn how to do a text box and get into shapes. But to start out with, we are going to insert a text box. We need to go up to the Insert tab. We're going to go over to the word text box, or the icon text box. Now Microsoft has defaulted text boxes, which are right here. We are not going to use any of these text boxes. In the future, when you do work for other classes, you may do so. What we are going to do is we are going to go down to the bottom here where it says Draw Text Box. Go ahead and click on that. You're going to get a black cross there, or a plus sign. Now wherever you click and drag is where your text box will be. So for instance, I'm just going to click the text box and drag it here. This is not where it has to stay. Notice when I move my mouse onto the outside line or the outside border, and it becomes cross arrows, I can click and I can drag my text box wherever I'd like. From here, I have quite a few options. Again, similar to what you did with SmartArt. You may do a shape fill. I'll just pick any color. Also, you have shape outline. I'm going to make red. Now the default for the outline is a very thin border. I'm going to go back to shape outline. I'm going to go to the weight of it, and notice I can make it very thick if I would like. You can choose whichever one you want. From here, what we're going to do is, and also just to point out quick that you have other options here which you could have chosen. So there's always a choice. There's many things you can do. Going back, I'm going to put my arrow, or my cursor, well, my arrow, my mouse, on top of the border of my text box. I'm going to drag it on top of my word art that I created previously. From here, with my text box still selected, and you know it's selected by these little circles and squares, I'm still on my Format tab here under my text box tools, which provides this ribbon. Over here in the Arrange area, you'll see an icon with a dog in it, and we need to dog this text box. So we're going to click on the dog. Right now you see that it is displaying as in front of text. That is why you cannot see your word art. If you can, then that means your text box has already been chosen to be behind text. So at this time, go ahead and click Behind Text. If you're still running into problems, you may need to select your word art. Make sure you're at the format up here, dog it, and make sure your word art is in front of text. From here, we are going to go up to the Insert tab. We are going to go to the Shapes icon. Go ahead and click on that. We're going to go down to the Borders area. Now there are many other areas in here which we will get to later. For right now, we are down to the bottom, and we're into the stars and, I'm sorry, not borders, stars and banners. And in this area, go ahead and find a banner that you would like. Click on it. Again, you're going to get the black plus sign. You're going to click and drag, and that will be how your shape appears. Now your shape, you're going to use it just like you did the text box. Notice that on the ribbon, you see the exact same things. So you can go through and pick a defaulted design, or you can go through and do your own shape fill and shape outline. You can always change the shape if you need to. There are some effects. You can go ahead and play around with effects. Mine, again, my screen looks different than yours. You can choose your effects and how maybe you want to put a light shadow on it or whatever it is you would like to do. Then again, from here, You can notice now you have no writing inside of your banner. You need to put some writing in your banner. You need to right click, well, you can click on your banner to select it, right click on it, and in the middle here it says add text. Go ahead and put your first name. Now we're going to treat this just like we would text in a Word document. I'm going to highlight my word. I'm going to go to the Home tab. I can choose a design if I would like, or style, sorry, font style. You don't have to take too much time at it. See if I can get something here. All right. Change that. All right. I also can change the font color. Maybe a blue. And then of course, I can make it much bigger. Oop, that's too big. There we go. All right. I also can, I'm going to center this. And then I also have something that was shown before, maybe is a text direction, but I don't need to do that. Your text direction is probably in a different place, probably over in this area. But nonetheless, we have it centered and we have it readable. Okay, next what we're going to do is I'm just going to slide the bar down just a little bit. And we are going to make a shape. We're going to make a shape, or we are going to make, I don't know, kind of like a person out of shapes. So I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to use a Shapes icon. And I'm going to find the smiley face in the Basic Shapes area. I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag my happy face. Oop. I'm going to go back up to Insert Shapes and to Shapes icon. I'm going to go down to Basic Shapes again. I'm going to find the can or the cylinder, click it, and I'm going to click and drag, and that will be his body. Now, with the body, notice my head is behind my body. So I need to click on my body. The Format Drawing Tools comes up. I need to dog the body. So I click on the dog icon and I click on Behind Text. There. Now my head is in front of my body. I'm going to get rid of this so it doesn't keep popping back to here. Okay. Now I have my head and I have my body. I need to get some arms on them. So I'm going to go to Shapes and to Lines, and I'm going to choose the first one. And I'm going to put my plus sign or my mouse on the body part. And I'm going to click and then click again. And now you might have the ribbon pop up to where it already has parts that you've used. I'm going to go back up to the arm again and put another arm on him. I'm going to click and click. I'm going to get some legs on him. Click and click. The other arm, or leg, sorry, click and click. Move his leg back up. Okay. Oops. And I'm going to go to my shapes. And for his feet, I'm just going to do shoes. So I'm going to get a rectangle. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle for his shoes, for his feet. Okay, now he's got feet. And I'm going to put some hair on him. But I'm going to use a different tool. When I go to lines, I'm going to go all the way to the right, and you'll see like a squiggly line. So you're going to click on the squiggly line and do not let go of your mouse until you are done using the squiggly. So I'm just going to put some hair on. Okay, there's my hair. And if you want to, you can draw little fingers and what have you. Now, the problem is your little person here is all in separate parts. It's got different pieces all together. What we're going to do is we're going to make your person one piece. The way we do that is we are going to click on a part. You're going to hold your control key down and click on the other parts, all the individual parts of the body. Might take a couple times to do it. Remember to get all the shapes. You might have to do some shapes before other shapes. Okay. So once you feel that you have clicked on every single part of your person, you can let go of your control key. And I would do it right on the body part. Like right in the body here. You need to right click and you'll notice the word grouping. You're going to go over to the word group, click, and notice now that you're selecting, or your selection tools are around the whole thing. Oh, that's not cool. His head went behind his body. Oh well. But now, when you click and you drag your person is all one part. Should have put the body for behind. But anyways, if you need to undo, you right click on it, you go to grouping, and you ungroup. And then you can click off, and if you need to redo it, oh, it's behind text, then you can redo it again if you need to. And that is how you do your shapes and your text box.